Okay, sixth graders, we're going to talk about how to do some problem solving with fractions and what some of the words mean and how to model some of the questions so you can figure them out more easily. Okay? So let's first of all start with when you're given any question like this. Dana makes a craft with braided ground pine. She needs 3 strands of 5 3/4 feet. How many feet does she need in all? Okay, so when you're asked to find out how many in total, you have to use multiplication. If it's repeated adding, then you have to figure out how big the pieces are and then add them together. Okay? So we know how big the pieces are in this case. How big are the pieces that she needs? 5 3/4 feet, right? And she needs how many of them? 5 3/4 feet. And she needs 3 of them. So we have to multiply by 3. Right. How would we multiply a mixed number times a whole number? Write both of them as fractions. So 5 times 4 plus 3 is 23 over 4 times 3 over 1. Yep. We can't reduce it at all, can we?
No.
So 23 times 3 would be 23 plus 23 is 46 plus 23 is 69. And 4 times 1 is 4. Then do 69 divided by 4. What's the remainder? First of all, this goes in 1 time. 29. 4 goes into 29. What? 7 times. 28. Remainder 1, right? So what's the answer?
17 and 1/4.
17 and 1/4. She can make 7. She needs 17 and 1/4. What?
Feet. Now let's do numbers.
Now, if you read one like this, Anna needs 3½ bunches of spinach to make a spinach pie that serves 6 people. How many bunches does she need to serve 24 people? All right. So, how many groups can you make? Or what is the size of each group? Right? So this one is actually a little bit of a combination of things, isn't it? First of all, if she can make with 6 for 6 people, this is 6 people, and she needs 3½ bunches for 6 people. Then how many groups or how many groups of 6 can you get in 24? So this is 3½. 1, 2, 3. Oops, let's make this 3½. So she needs 3½ for every 6. And how many groups of 6 to serve 24? How many groups is that? How many groups? How many times does 6 go into 24? Jeremiah? What? 4. Right. So she needs 4 of these. Right? So 3½ for 6 times 4. Right? So in this case, we had to first ask, how many groups of 6 do we need? We need 4 groups of 6. And then we had to use multiplication to figure out the total. Okay? Now, let's look at one on your assignment for a day.
Wait, number 6.
Yeah, let's use, this is number 16, okay? Yep. So that one says, Tyler practices playing pool for 4/5 of an hour. So for 4/5 of an hour,
Which is
playing pool. And for 5/6 of an hour, Tyler is, oh, I'm sorry, for 4/5 of an hour on Tuesday, so this is Tuesday, and 5/6 of an hour on Thursday. Okay? And it says, how many total minutes did Tyler practice? So first, we have to think of how many minutes is this? Now, I want you to draw up this model. Okay? How many minutes are in an hour? This is 1 hour. This is 60 minutes, right? Now, how would you figure out 4/5 of that? You'd have to cut it into pieces. So cut it into pieces. How many pieces total would you make?
5.
How many total pieces? 5, right. So we have to draw 4 lines to make 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 5 equal pieces. Then you need to figure out how many minutes would be in each piece to make 60. Right? Then you have to do the same thing for 5/6. If this is 60, then what is 5/6? We'd have to draw 5 lines to cut it into 6 pieces. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're only going to use 5/6. So how many would go in each block? That's what you have to figure out for 4/5 and for 5/6. And then it says, how many total? So what do you have to do at the end? What do you have to do at the end? If it says how many total for Tuesday and for Thursday, how many in all, you have to add them together. Right? Okay? So 4/5 of an hour and 5/6 of an hour. Okay? Then, for 17, Bethany has 6 yards of fabric for her project. She needs strips of 1 1/5 yards. How many of these strips can Bethany make with the 6 yards of fabric? So, again, the starting amount is 6 yards. And how many pieces can you make that are 1 1/5? Okay? Or how many groups of 1 1/5? If you look back at our notes, it tells you how to find how many groups. All right? Any questions on that? Oops. All right. I'll leave this up there so you can use that. And then we're going to correct this tomorrow and get ready for our test.